So in this video I want to show you the best features of ChatGPT that I'm using to streamline my Godot game development workflow. So probably if you're watching this video it's because you love ChatGPT and you also love Godot, okay? So let me show you these features. So the first one is projects, okay? I want to tell you that this feature in specific is only available in the Plus version of ChatGPT. I'm not gonna discuss whether it's worth it or not. I believe that for most people, if you are really using this all the time, it's super worth it. The Plus version is $20 a month, which I think is a fair price. Of course, Pro $200 a month. Well, for most people, it could be a little bit too much or maybe not worth it, but $20 a month I think is fair. This gives you access to projects. So I have projects which are basically folders, and they are super easy to use. Let's say that we have a chat here in which we are talking about Godot game development, helping it create scripts, whatever it is. So what we can do then with this, let's refresh it so that we see it over here. Okay, and what we can do with this is add to project and add it directly over here or create a new project. So let's, for example, call it here Godot. Okay, and over here in our Godot project, we can actually change the color to some kind of light blue. And here we can start talking about Godot, okay, Godot exclusively. So why do I like it? Because a lot of times we have a lot of chats here going on. I have mine actually called coding, by the way. But well, I have like here a lot of chats that I want to save, such as for my YouTube channel. So I have here a ChatGPT for titles, emails, short scripts, text, posts, ideas, thumbnails. For my Udemy courses, my automated tasks, for a company I work for, well, and lots of other things, okay? So this really helps you keep things organized if you're using this a lot of times. Then, now in order to use all this and all that, let me actually firstly delete this chat from here. And what we're gonna do is the following. I have this Godot game, which is pretty simple. There we go. And so let's say that we want to add something to this game. This is gonna be a pretty simple example, okay, and maybe doesn't make much sense, but I just want to show you this feature. So first of all, I'm gonna press Ctrl A to select everything and then Ctrl C to copy this code. Then when I go back over here, I'm gonna paste the code with Ctrl B. I will press Shift Enter and Enter again, just so that I leave some space. If you just press Enter, the message is gonna get sent. And I will do, for example, on ready, randomize the sprite color. Okay, I want to add something. Now usually you just have to wait a couple of seconds and you have your answer. This is the usual way, which is not bad. But what you can do is tell ChatGPT to edit it in Canvas, or you can actually press here on edit in Canvas and here you will have the final script. So it's actually ask here ChatGPT to edit it in Canvas. Okay, so here I will actually now explain you what this canvas does. So there we go. And so this is just writing the code over again. But this is now cleaner. We don't have like this. Previously we used to have some messages there that shouldn't be. So here's the code. So let's, for example, say that we want to copy this code and paste it over here, and now we press play. So this one should now be randomized. But we have to actually delete these things. There we go. Now let's press play. Okay, and now as you can see, the color of the play has been randomized because now it's a little bit darker. Because I believe that here it should have added the ready animated sprite, modulate, and it has generated a random color. Perfect. But the cool thing here is that probably you're working like a lot on this script. So now on this script we want to add something else. Okay, so for example, let's now add let's try something a little bit more complex. Add double jump. For example, right now it can only jump once, so add double jump. There we go. And what you want to see is that it will only modify what is necessary. Okay, and you will also see that we have here, well, here's actually running, so we don't see it, but there are a lot of options that Canvas provide that are super useful. Okay, so here's, as you can see, it's adding the code. It also looks pretty good how everything is being added. And there we have the code. So what I wanted to mention is that we can show changes, okay? But actually this option, I know it kind of like doesn't work as it should, or I don't know. The key thing here is that you can go to previous version, okay, for example, and this is the previous version, for example, and this is the other previous version, and this is the other previous version. So you can kind of have some version control over here, You can, well, copy the code, download it. In this case as txt, it was downloaded. You can share it with anybody, so you can create a link here. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I will open a private mode, just to simulate that you have shared this with somebody else, and this is what they would see. So they will see basically the canvas here with the code and everything like this. So let's give it a second until this finishes loading. Here we have it. So you can even share this with whoever you want. And the other cool thing, first of all, let me try to copy and run this. So once again, we have to delete this. There we go. Let's press play. And there it is. Now as you can see, we can jump once and twice. Okay? And it works actually flawlessly, so that's good. This one. Okay. The other options that you have are over here, so you can add comments, for example. So let's submit this, and it's basically gonna add some comments to explain better how the code works and all that. So let's give it a second. And as you can see, basically now all the code has clear comments of what is going on. Okay, so that's one thing that you have. Then another thing that you have is add logs. So it's pretty similar. It will just do that. So in this case, it will just add prints to the different steps of the code. So let's actually see this at some point. So from here, and ready has added a new print here for when applying gravity. So basically prints everywhere. I will just cancel this out so that we can continue on this. We can fix any bugs. If we have any bugs, this should be fixing it. And we can port to another language. In this case, it supports these ones. So there it is. I believe that for Godot itself, it's not gonna work, of course, because JavaScript only works inside of Godot. So this isn't useful in this case, but in others it may be. And that's basically it. So whenever you are writing code, what I used to do is basically answering everything in the chat. There's a small error, by the way. Here I believe that by refreshing it should get well. Yeah, it should become as it should. But what I want to explain is that previously I used to just answer everything in the chat here, which is not bad, but you don't have access to all these amazing features that I've just mentioned. So well, these are the two main features I use. These two ChatGPT features I use inside of my Godot game development workflow. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one.